The Idaho Transportation Department's Division of Aeronautics manages more than 30 of Idaho's most beautiful backcountry airstrips. Many of these destinations are in remote backcountry locations, making them difficult to access. Pilots planning on flying to these locations should plan ahead and have experience in mountain flying. We recommend you take your first trip with an experienced pilot or instructor. Garden Valley, or U88, is one of Idaho's premier backcountry airstrips. Located 32 nautical miles northeast of the Boise Airport and adjacent to the mountain town of Garden Valley. The following procedures are designed to ensure you have a safe and enjoyable trip. Before traveling to Garden Valley, be familiar with high-density altitude operations and mountain canyon flying. There are arrivals to Garden Valley from the east, west, and an alternate arrival from the south. Make your initial arrival calls and position reports on 122.9 at least 5 miles out from the airport. Use caution. There could be USFS heliport operations happening at the southeast end of the airport. Heavier activity occurs during the spring and summer. Normal traffic flow for Garden Valley is to land runway 10 and depart 28. Landing 28 is not recommended and should only be considered when wind and weather dictates that landing to the east would be unsafe. Pilots should circle the airfield prior to landing runway 10. Conduct a standard left-hand pattern that includes an upwind, crosswind, downwind, base, and final. Make sure you know what's moving on the ground. Look for cones, animals, pedestrians, and moving aircraft. White sprinkler head covers are located left and right of runway centerline. This is also a good time to run through your checklist and pick a place to taxi, clear, and park. Points along the Payette River are good indicators of 1 mile and half-mile final for runway 10, indicated here. Continue making normal traffic pattern position reports. Energy management is crucial, and if you are on final and you're too fast or too high, it's time to make an early decision to go around. When executing the go-around, climb down the runway at the appropriate climb speed for your aircraft. The high-density altitude will significantly degrade your climb performance. Rising terrain to the northeast will impact your turn to crosswind. Landing runway 28. If landing runway 10 is not an option due to conditions, land runway 28. Use caution. The runway is not visible from all parts of the traffic pattern. When departing from Garden Valley, pilots should declare their intentions prior to taxi on 122.9. Landing traffic always has the right of way. Runway 28 is the preferred runway as it heads towards descending terrain. Departing runway 10 is strongly discouraged as the takeoff direction heads towards rising terrain. This, coupled with high-density altitude conditions, could make for a challenging climb to the east. We hope you enjoy your visit to Garden Valley. Flying in the mountains of Idaho is a serious, challenging endeavor, and a number of recent accidents attest to this fact. Safe backcountry flying requires rock-solid skills in slow flight, airspeed control, intimate knowledge of your aircraft performance, and well-prescribed personal limitations. Most of all, safe backcountry flying requires the proper attitude, one that is safe, conservative, and professional. A safe flight is stress-free and an enjoyable flight.